We're here. We are here at the FAFO stage. This is really bad. And if you appreciate my content, please engage with this video. I'm just going to read this to you. Multiple Texas farms shut down after almost 100% of workforce vanishes overnight. In a stunningly swift overnight change, some Texas farm operations had to shut down after losing virtually all of their workforce, an exodus triggered by the increase in immigration raids and increased enforcement. The ripple effects of these raids are the gift that keeps on giving and will be felt nationwide. Unpicked crops are now left unharvested. Livestock were left untended, and rural economies are on edge. The story isn't just a tale of woe for Texas farms, it's a warning for American agribusiness, food prices, and communities that keep food on our plates. I need you to share this with every Republican you know. And you don't even need to wait for their response. They just need to know what's happening. And this is part of my line of work. I deal with commercial farmers, including these small farmers, as clients, and I cannot tell you how this is the beginning of the complete collapse of our economy under this Project 2025 administration that doesn't know what they're doing. You talk about the immediate shuttering of farms, because this is actually what's happening with the food, with the harvests that are lying there completely rotting. That is a loss of food to local food distributors, local grocery stores, local restaurants, hospitals. They sell their harvest, all sorts of vegetables, to businesses within the state of Texas. This is where you can go into your local grocery store, and now you're going to see hardly any vegetables or fruit, depending on what they're growing, or a shortage of meat. This is what's going to happen. Now, all of the other industries that support farming, you've got local pesticide, herbicide, fertilizer suppliers that are just, their sales are going to plummet. These farmers aren't going to be purchasing that. You've got H-2A workers who are now gone, migrant workers who are now gone. They were paying taxes. Even if they didn't have social security numbers, they were given tax numbers, tax ID numbers. So now you got millions of dollars just poof, gone overnight from these Texas communities. You've got trucking companies that are hired to haul the produce from the farms to the packaging plants. You've got packaging plants who wash the vegetables, grade the vegetables, pack the vegetables, whose sales are going to plummet. Now you're going to have other industries who don't employ either migrant workers or H-2A workers who are going to have layoffs. This is all under Republican leadership, not just from the White House, but from the Republicans that were elected in the state of Texas. And if you think this is going to stop at Texas, you've got another thing coming. And you want to know which farms are going to be impacted further down the road? They're going to be safe for now. There's a small percentage of farmers who are actually Democrats. And they understand how important it is to protect their employees, take care of their employees. Those employees who feel safe will keep showing up for work because they know the owners have their backs, which says something about these other farms where the employees are like, I'm too scared to show up. Let me add this final thing. This is going to impact farmers. They're at risk of going out of business. Who's going to jump in? The federal government to compensate them with our tax dollars. So now our tax dollars is going to be used to cover the bullshit leadership of this administration on top of the overwhelming increasing tax dollars being used by this administration to scare, to deport, to imprison people with brown skin. Like, our tax dollars are not helping everyday Americans at all. And this is just the beginning under Republican leadership. Share this video.
Hello, Americans who like to eat. I'm Linda, and I want to talk about empty grocery shelves. They are coming, and sooner than we think. There's a 3,000 per day immigrant detention quota. 40% of farm workers in the United States are undocumented. You do the math. Farms are an excellent place to find undocumented immigrants to detain and deport, depleting the workforce. And now, those who haven't been rounded up are afraid to show up. Let's look at just one state, Texas. According to farmers, this issue has been affecting their farms for a couple of weeks, but overnight, it bottomed out. On several Texas farms, nearly 100% of farm workers aren't showing up. So what does that mean for you? Remember Trump's comment about having 2 dolls instead of 30? Cows are milked 3 times a day. No workers, no milk, and some very unhappy cows. What if your grocery store, instead of getting 30 gallons of milk, gets 2? 28 families will not be able to buy milk. Now extrapolate that among produce. Produce that instead of being harvested is rotting on the vine. Texas is one of the top 10 producers of 40 major commodities. It is the 4th largest agriculture producer in the nation and 2nd in animal products. And it's not just cows not being milked and produce rotting on the vine. 1 in 7 Texans works in an agriculture-related job. If farms stop working, those jobs are affected. Workers not earning money aren't paying taxes, and yes, undocumented workers pay taxes. Without money coming in, they will cut back on things like restaurants and small businesses, movie theaters, wherever they spend their discretionary income. Last week, Trump ordered a halt to immigration enforcement at farms, but it may already be too late to solve the current problem. The lack of workers now mean farms won't hit full production this year, and if they lose planting now, there is nothing to harvest later. Yet, despite Trump's assurances, a few days after his statement, the administration resumed the raids. Vance says the administration plans to continue clearing the country of undocumented immigrants. Quote, "We're enforcing everywhere. In other words, you ought to voluntarily go back and come through the proper channels," unquote. That can literally take years. And frankly, it doesn't protect you from being deported. In the meantime, the question remains, how long are you willing to go without food? Bye, Americans. Have a nice day.
Farms in Texas shut down because nearly 100% of workers disappeared overnight.
Multiple farms across Texas have been forced to halt operations after nearly their entire workforce vanished in a single night. The cause? A wave of ICE immigration raids that have sparked fear among farm laborers, many of whom are undocumented or fear being mistakenly targeted.
Farmers like Nick Billman in Donna, Texas, say they've had 0 workers show up for days. Even those with legal status are staying away, terrified of being caught up in the sweeps. Without laborers to plant, harvest, or maintain the land, some farms are shutting down completely.
This isn't just a local issue, it's a national food supply concern. The Texas Farm Bureau is calling for urgent immigration reform to stabilize the agricultural workforce and protect the future of American farming.
This is what happens when you implement policies without researching and giving proper analysis to the potential consequences. Should immigration policies be paused to protect our food supply? Or perhaps the policy should concentrate on removing criminals as it was stated initially. Drop your thoughts in the comments and follow for more real world breakdowns.
Hey y'all. Okay, this isn't when I go, this is bad. This is really bad. But this ain't good. This really ain't good. Google it. So apparently overnight, several of Texas's major farmers farm corporations, farming companies, farming, like family farming companies, like major farming closed, shut down completely. Our food is about to get real expensive, especially if you're in Texas. Why did a bunch of Texas farmers shut down overnight? ICE. They don't have any workers. No workers. There's no one to tend the land. There's no one to upkeep your cattle. There's no one to put down pesticides, to do all the things that farmers need to do to maintain their business. Gone. Texas got hit hard, people. Texas got hit hard. Like, the news, Google it, the news is saying, they're saying 100% of their employees vanished overnight. That's a lot. And that means our food is about to get real fucking expensive. It's time to remember how to cook them beans. Bye.
So I just watched the clips. These Texas MAGA farmers are losing it. Their workers left, nobody is coming back, and now they are begging black people for help on the farms? You can't make this up. Alright, let's get straight into it. I just watched everything, and honestly, this is madness. This is insane. You got MAGA farmers in Texas crying because nobody wants to work the farms anymore. They are losing crops, they are losing money, and now they're asking black folks to come help them out. Oh wow. Seriously? Oh my God, I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. Where was this energy before? These are the same people who voted for Trump, supported policies that hurt immigrants and black folks, said people don't want to work anymore, looked down on the very people they now need. And now that the labor is gone, now that they are going bankrupt, suddenly they remember we exist. That's crazy to me. And let's be real here, this is not about needing help. This is about desperation. They don't want us because they respect us. They want us because they are in trouble. The workers left because they were probably underpaid, overworked, and disrespected. Now they expect black folks to show up and save their farms. Oh wow. This is so crazy. Nah, that's not how it works. You can't disrespect people, ignore their pain, vote for the leaders that cut programs for poor and black communities, and then suddenly say, hey, come work for me now. I need you. That's not a partnership. That's convenience. Okay? So where was the love when we needed support? Where was the respect when we were asking for justice? Can you please tell me? Now that the money is drying up, now you want to breed unity? Huh? Let's not forget many of the same farmers were shouting, we don't want government help. Okay, we don't need lazy workers. Okay, fine. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Oh wow. But now they're the ones struggling. They're the ones begging. Oh babe, tables turn. And this is a hard lesson in karma. Listen, I'm not saying people shouldn't be helped. I'm not saying let them suffer, but let's be real. Let's be real here. You can't build your farm or your life on hate and division and then expect the same people you had to come fix it for you. That's not how respect works. That's not how community works. If these farmers really want help, start with an apology. Start with fair pay. Start with respect. Stop voting leaders who only care about power because people are done being used. We see what's real now. We remember how you acted when you had everything. Now you want help when you have got nothing. Think about that. So let me ask you all, would you go help these farmers after everything? Would you go help them? Do you think this is a karma or just economic failure? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you like this reaction, hit that like button. Subscribe for more simple, honest news reactions like this. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Peace and love. Bye.